This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Thursday, March 5th, 2026, in the morning. Today, we track a landmark judicial order for the United States government to refund over $130 billion in tariffs, and the expansion of kinetic conflict into the digital cloud as Iran targets Amazon Web Services data centers in the Middle East. We also examine the deployment of humanoid robots in BMW Group production facilities in Germany, a critical security bypass in the PAC4J authentication library, and a technical breakthrough in training large language models natively on the Apple Neural Engine. A federal judge has ordered the United States government to begin refunding more than $130 billion in tariffs collected under Section 301 of the Trade Act. This ruling stems from a long-standing legal challenge involving thousands of American companies that argued the previous administration overstepped its authority when imposing duties on Chinese imports. The court found that the government failed to provide adequate justification for the expansion of these tariffs during later rounds of implementation. This is a massive financial reversal for the Treasury Department, which now faces the logistical challenge of distributing billions of dollars back to private enterprises. The decision is expected to have an immediate impact on the balance sheets of major retailers and manufacturers who have carried these costs for years. Amazon Web Services facilities in Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates have been disabled following a series of drone strikes. Iranian state media has claimed responsibility for the attacks, citing the company's ongoing support for United States military operations. The strikes targeted core data centers on Sunday and Wednesday, causing prolonged outages across the Middle East cloud region. While Amazon has not provided a specific timeline for recovery, health dashboards indicate that multiple availability zones remain offline. This represents a significant escalation in how physical conflict is used to degrade digital infrastructure. It also highlights the vulnerability of concentrated cloud nodes in volatile regions, as these facilities serve as the backbone for both commercial and government communications. BMW Group has announced the first deployment of humanoid robots within its vehicle production lines in Germany. Unlike traditional robotic arms that are fixed in place, these mobile, bipedal units are designed to operate in spaces originally built for human workers. The robots are being used to automate ergonomically challenging tasks, such as the assembly of complex internal components where high dexterity is required. This move follows successful trials and suggests the humanoid form factors have reached the reliability thresholds necessary for high-volume automotive manufacturing. BMW indicates that these robots are not replacing workers, but are instead integrated into hybrid teams to improve overall line efficiency. New data from the Google Threat Intelligence Group reveals that 90 zero-day vulnerabilities were exploited in the wild during the past year. Nearly half of these attacks targeted enterprise software and specialized appliances rather than consumer devices. However, the mobile landscape remains a primary front. A new set of 23 iOS exploits, collectively named Karunya, has been identified in the field. These tools are being used by multiple threat actors for both state-sponsored espionage and the theft of cryptocurrency. The Karunya kit is described as having spyware-grade capabilities, allowing attackers to persist on a device and monitor sensitive financial applications. This development coincides with reports that Google is seeing a rise in 0 days across the broader ecosystem, even as defensive patching speeds increase. A signal from the future has emerged from the local machine learning community regarding the Apple Neural Engine. Researchers have successfully bypassed the standard core ML framework to natively train and run large language models directly on Apple's specialized hardware. This breakthrough allows for training speeds of up to 170 tokens per second on consumer devices. Historically, the neural engine has been a black box that was difficult to access for anything other than basic inference. By utilizing the native Swift language and a new library called MLX, developers can now perform full duplex speech-to-speech processing using models like the NVIDIA Personaplex 7B. This matters because it shifts the power of model development away from massive server farms and onto individual local machines. It enables a level of privacy and speed for AI agents that was previously impossible without a high-speed internet connection. The security community is currently on high alert following the discovery of a critical authentication bypass in the PAC4J library, which is used for managing security tokens. This flaw has received a maximum severity score of 10 out of 10, as it allows attackers to bypass authentication entirely. Users of this library are urged to apply the latest patch immediately. In the remote desktop space, the Rust Desk client has been hit by a cluster of 5 major vulnerabilities. These include improper certificate validation and the use of broken cryptographic algorithms, which could allow an adversary to intercept or manipulate data during a remote session. Additionally, we are tracking a significant shift in internal engineering at OpenAI. Reports indicate the company is building its own alternative to GitHub. This move was reportedly prompted by frequent outages on the GitHub platform that left OpenAI engineers unable to work for hours. By creating a private, internal code repository, OpenAI is further decoupling its development pipeline from its primary investors. Finally, security researchers have uncovered a remote code execution chain in Fuel CMS that relies on a 12-year-old templating engine. This serves as a stark reminder of how legacy code continues to lurk in production environments, providing a silent doorway for modern attackers. This concludes the synthetic signal report for this morning.